Hello everybody. So here's will be a nice video for those of you who are not used to the snow. And I know a lot of you are, but some of you do live in a place where this would be an anomaly if this happened. Yet for us, this is a way of life. So you can kind of see all the icicles forming right there on the roofs. And all the cars are nicely covered. And this is on top. So this is, I mean, I don't know how many inches or anything like that, but this is on top of a Thanksgiving snowstorm that we had, which I think Chicago made like some sort of a record for the most snowfall, I think in November. I don't know, X amount of inches, I don't remember. So our snowplow service is hard at work early on. I woke up nice and early as well to let my wife out. She's already gone. I didn't have time to film her thing because she actually had to go to work. Today is a Sunday, and this fell overnight. So I didn't have time to film, but I want to make a video for those of you who maybe are not used to this stuff, who don't know what it feels like. But basically, so first of all, it's not super cold right now, so it's probably like 24 degrees. So that makes things easier, because when it's super cold and everything is like frozen solid, then that makes things kind of worse. But as far as making it through this, so here you go. This is how I found my car. You can kind of see right here. Let's let me put the glove on. All right, so here you go, glove in hand. So let's see. Well, there you go. So from this part to this part, however many inches this is, that's how much fell. So this video will be about what do I do? Like, how do I go about making this car drivable? And yeah, I know for those of you who have snow in your life, that's nothing special. But basically, first thing is not to fall, because as you can see, my feet and my legs are already covered. So first of all, let's get access to the vehicle. Now, I do have a remote start. So typically, if this was for me to go to work, I would have started the car already. But today being a Sunday, I don't have to work today. I can take the time and kind of talk myself through it, and hopefully you will get a little entertainment value out of the thing. So first of all, I try to get access to the car by just getting the door. All right, now, in this case, the door doesn't really go high up. In this Ford Fusion, you have like this beam here that kind of covers it. So now, let's see, does this work with a glove? Now, I'm one of those few people. Oh yeah, look at that. It does work. So it's pressure sensitive. So I do use this code thing. So there you go. All right, now it's a little dirty, of course, but first things first, you got to start the car. Now, like I said, I would have usually started it with an app, and look at that. And get in there. There you go. All right, let's kill this. There you go, 54,244 miles. All right, let's get the radio off. Now, also, wearing gloves makes it much easier to get the temperature, to get the front defrost, to get the rear defrost. Now, I don't want it to go full blast, because it will, because ultimately it will get cold on there. So, all right, so there you go. Let's get this going. Now, also, this vehicle does have rain sensing wipers. So for a second there, you did see that A on the windshield right there. You want to turn that off, because otherwise the thing, the sensors and all that stuff that's in there is going to start going. It's going to rip up your windshield wipers and so on and so forth. So make sure to get that off. All right, now I think on that other side, I have a little snow brush. And the little snow brush, it's always helpful. Here, I'm gonna honk. Those keys are in my pocket. And this is always the interesting fact that I kind of mentioned plenty of times before, where, right, so I have the key in my pocket and I started the car just from the button press, yet I don't have the smart door handles to let myself in and out of the car. This is something that Ford kind of cheaped out on the SE model, which is the base model for this hybrid for the 2020, which I think was like the last year they made these cars. So that's kind of a pain that I wish I could just, you know, touch a little button or something. All right, there you go. There's my little secret brush. And the reason why I carry this brush inside, so that I can get access to the trunk, which is this way. And then inside the trunk, I carry the big one. And the big one obviously is much more convenient than this, although this is nice and cheap. You know, if you break this thing, not a big deal. So look at that. So I don't know, like I said, I don't know how many inches that is. I don't know, maybe 1.5, 2, I don't know. No, probably like 2 or 3. I guess I can post it from the Weather Channel or something. And in this case, because it is a sedan, it's actually much more convenient to clean, because my wife's Subaru Ascent, right, like getting up on the roof and all that stuff. There's actually one Subaru Ascent right there, the black one. That's a limited one. And we have the premium, so which is like one above the base. There you go. And you know, for that to get on top of the roof, it kind of is a pain. You can't really do it with this. So now, press the button. All right, there you go. Oh, I hear a helicopter somewhere, or what sounds like a helicopter, or maybe it's a snowblower. That sounds like a helicopter. All right, now this little guy's job is done. So back here it goes, and this little guy saves me more often than not. All right, there you go. That's how it is. Now, anything that you guys do in the winter time, you probably know this already, when there's heavy snow, whatever you think is going to take you X amount of minutes or hours is going to take you twice as long. So obviously the first step is leave early if you got to go to work or something else. So you can kind of see my survival kit right here. You have a tire compressor. This is technically another tire compressor, and a battery jumper. And this is the bigger guy right here. So this is one of those extendable snow brushes that I could extend and then reach into many places. This also doubles as like an emergency shovel. I can unclick the brush head and put a shovel. There's like a bag in there. It's not a very good shovel, but you know, I guess better than nothing. Here's another thing. So this is my leftover fluid from the summer. Here it is. My bug remover windshield fluid. It's almost frozen solid. You can kind of see it slowly kind of. All right, but because this is made for plus 32. This is the winter stuff that I almost ran out of, and I bought another one. So this is nice and full. Also, so this is my de-icer, or de-icers in this case. These are left over from when I had the Lincoln Town Car. These 3 yellow ones. And the reason for that is because, I'm like, what is all this noise? It's actually the snowplow. Because if you guys remember, those of you who've been watching my videos, I couldn't get the defrost to work. So the air vent registers, they broke the little motor. So this right here. Now, I forgot at one point that I had this, and I bought this one from Walmart. So at this point, when it comes to the de-icers, I am fully stocked. Now, once again, I typically wouldn't go through so much, but I used to. When the Lincoln Town Car was still in the play, and this is a leftover. I use it occasionally, but so far there hasn't really been any ice storms. There's been, like I said, several inches on Thanksgiving weekend, and then and you know, whatever is falling right now. So, all right, let me get this unfolded, and we'll see where it goes. All right, here we go. My weapon of choice. Now, it's not a very big brush, but it makes it easier, obviously, to do this. Also, it's not a very secure, so when you extend it all the way out, you get this. So it kind of rattles. But once again, I mean, if it breaks, it wasn't super expensive. It's not a branded anything like that. Also, I'm questioning this ice scraper in the back. I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll break. But yeah, just kind of go da-da-dee, da-da-da. Now, I'll admit it. I'm one of those drivers who typically doesn't clean the roof of their cars. And because I'm one of those guys who thinks, oh, let the aerodynamics take care of that. Now, on this car, it's not that big of a deal. It actually does work because you can kind of see the roof is kind of a bubble shape or a teardrop shape. So I do let the snow fly quite often. And yes, a couple times it can fly, to the front, especially if you have like a sheet of snow or like a sheet of ice. But if I'm in a hurry, if it's the morning and I'm already running late, yeah, I'll let the aerodynamics take over. So that is what it is. All right. Well, I am filming with my right hand. I am using the snow brush with my left. Let's change things up. Not a whole lot you can kind of see here. So let me finish. All right. So there you have it. I moved it from over there to over here because we kind of have like this unspoken rule from our management team here at the condos where, if you see a snowplow working and it already cleared out a path, which it kind of did here for at least a couple spots, kind of, sort of, to move your car to that spot so they can get the remaining, area and kind of get the snow off of there. So I did exactly what I'm told to do. Here's a nice empty spot that somebody piled a bunch of snow, and here we are. So I also wanted to show you this A-Sizuk, obviously something extremely Chinese, but I got one of these for work, and it works great. It jump starts. So first of all, how does it work? So you have this port right here, to plug in this accessory right here. You see the two jumper cables, and this thing can jump probably 5 to 6 vehicles on one charge, and it works on trucks, works on vans. They do make many different versions of this particular one, 20, let's see, well, here you go. Here's everything made in China, of course, and there you go. 800 milliamp hour capacity. So they do make different versions of this. I think you can go up and up and up, and these things obviously get progressively bigger. I didn't necessarily want to get, the battery on wheels type of deal. I wanted to get something portable where, I'm not planning to jump start 5 cars. So, and I'm sure you can get a higher capacity for like dump trucks and stuff. But it's, again, for vans and trucks, like your regular passenger cars and, pickup trucks, this works great. So I charged it in the beginning of the winter, and it does hold the charge. And also you can plug in an attachment there for a tire compressor. Now, the battery, this is more of an emergency thing, because I think if you inflate, it'd probably be enough to inflate maybe all 4 tires, but not like from flat to all the way. It'll probably die sometime in between. But, to keep up the pressure inside the tires, there's this attachment plugs in there. And you can charge it, and they also use it as like an emergency flashlight. So again, I don't know what A-Sizuk or even how it's pronounced. Oh. Okay. All right, it ran away. So, and then also the tire compressor that I use the most, this is the one that plugs into the car charger. So that's the one that can go, the long haul if you do get a pretty serious flat. And also, this car does not have a spare tire anywhere. I don't think they come with it. As you can kind of see, you have that little ledge for the battery. So unless you want to just kill your trunk altogether and get a compact spare, you don't really have that luxury in this car. So there you guys have it. Once again, nothing groundbreaking, just kind of surviving the snow. And I do love the winter. I mean, look how beautiful things are. And yeah, driving is kind of hell, but you know what? Say what you want about our politics here in Illinois and all that stuff. And the roads are plowed pretty well, so I got to give them that. The potholes, now, I'm not in Chicago. I live, 25 miles north of Chicago. So maybe in Chicago roads are hell and potholes and all that stuff. And maybe the plow service doesn't come very often. But you can kind of see, our parking lot is fine. The streets out there are fine. You can kind of see it right here. So, all right. Hope you enjoyed this video. For those of you who don't live with the snow, maybe this is a horror movie for you, but for us, it's a way of life. And there's been a lot more snow at least this season so far. You kind of see it. See it. There you go. Look at all that stuff. Kind of see it right there. So, all right. Take care, everybody.